Next, we'll have a small little video by UITP. It's called PT for Me. And so let's see the video. And then we also have with us Andrea Sonchen, the Business Development Manager at UITP. Please.
Frantically walking home from the station, on an empty street after a late night shift.
Kwa mwendo wa hofia, naongojea gari la moshi, lakini pia nikiwa na hofia.
دائما لازم اتعامل مع هاي النظرات المزعجة.
Impacientemente esperando el último bus en una parada de bus desierta.
His eyes continuously leered at me through the rearview mirror.
Na kwa zile binja
بعمري ما ركضت بهالسرعة.
A nadie parece importarle.
These are some of the struggles in the daily lives of real women all over the world. It has to change now. It has to change now. We have to do something about it. Public transport is the backbone of cities. It affects our quality of life. In many communities, women's access to education, jobs and health services. In other words, active participation actually depends on the availability and quality of public transport. UITP is the only worldwide network to bring together all public transport stakeholders and all sustainable modes of transport. The World Bank's overarching mission is to reduce poverty, improve living conditions, and promote sustainable and comprehensive development in its developing member countries. UITP and the World Bank are teaming up to mainstream gender considerations in public transport to ensure a safe, inviting, and comfortable public transport environment for women.
بدي أحس بالراحة أكثر وأنا بالمواصلات العامة. بدي أحس بالأمان.
To feel respected on public transport. To feel safe.
Sentirme cómoda en el transporte público. Sentirme segura.
Public transport में खुश होना, महफूज होना.
Kujisikia amani, kujisikia salama.
Public transport for me.
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 With the World Bank is striking a chord here, which is actually not surprising because we, as UITP, we actually decided to do something to advocate more safety and security for women and to put it onto a more prominent place in our working program after we actually saw studies that perhaps have been mentioned here already in the morning that about 70% of women using public transport have already experienced insecure and unsafe situations or sexual harassment. So that's, of course, way too much. And what we are intending as the, UITP is the International Association of Public Transport Operators. You've just seen it. Our member companies count about 1,500 in almost 100 countries around the world. So I believe if we can succeed raising the attention and mobilizing our members to do something, then hopefully public transport will be a much better option. And what we would like to change is to really see public transport and make people aware of public transport, as an opportunity for employment of women, but also to give them access to healthcare, to education, to jobs, which is crucial. And very often, we just heard it, there are no roads, there are no services. So it is difficult, and it's even more difficult so for women. So we are committed to mobilize our members, and we can already see that actually, this seed starts to be growing. So the message seems to be received, and I hope in a not too distant future, we can come up with some success stories. And in the meantime, if you want to watch what we do, we would like that very much.
Thank you, Andrea. So I know we had lunch, we missed the siesta, but we had an exciting panel, and you'd all probably be aching for coffee. But we'll not have the real coffee. We'll have, nonetheless, a World Cafe next. So the World Cafe is a fairly simple format. You see in the back, there are 12 tables. There are also 12 posters that you would see around in the room. What I would do is to invite each of the 12 poster presenters onto the dais. Can I have you all, please? So each of them is going to make a 1-minute pitch on what they're going to present in their poster session. You can choose more than one poster session because we would do at least 3, but most probably 4 rounds of these, of about 15 minutes each. So you can choose one and then move to the next one and the next one after every 15 minutes to learn what has been done by each of these projects. Please. Can you please come up? So what I'll do is to give the mic over to you. Please introduce yourself, your organization, and make a 1-minute pitch on what you're presenting. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bronwen Thornton. I'm with Walk 21, and we'll be talking about walking. Women walk more than men. They make the decisions for their children about walking to school, and we'll be talking about the safety issues they face, as well as the ways we can make it better for them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I'm part of Femibici. That's a feminist, grassroots, non-hierarchical collective from Western Mexico, Guadalajara City. And we are currently a group of 15 women. We do different things, but without any funding from neither public nor private sources.
We do this by organizing women's rights for women and also open to everybody. We also have a bicycle school for women, and we also collaborate with other initiatives on urban cycling and on feminism in the city and also around the country.
Hello everyone, my name is Marina Moscoso. I work at Despacio in Colombia. Bogotá was ranked as one of the worst cities for women in public transport, so we are digging into that data. We want to know how women move, and we want to know how they feel, and what are their experiences, and we also want to monitor public policy regarding gender in transport. So we have some preliminary findings of the research that we can show you and dig into the numbers and go a bit further in order to change that situation. Thank you.
My name is Sonal. I'm with the Institute for Transportation and Development Policy in India. In 2011, about 30% of India's population lived in cities, which is estimated to grow to about 600 million, or about 40% in 2030. A high-powered committee estimated that about $490 billion would be required to invest in urban transport infrastructure. And while we have been seeing projects to improve women's experience of walking, cycling, and public transport, one of the big questions that really troubled us was that what could we do to influence these large investments in urban transport? What is a gendered mobility plan? How do we evaluate how gender is integrated into a mobility plan? And so ITDP, along with Safety Pin, co-authored a policy brief on women and transport in Indian cities to actually understand how we could integrate gender tangibly, specifically, in our mobility plans. We'll be happy to share the process of how the policy brief was created and what are some of its substantive components. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ida, and I'm...
Get the mic a little closer to you.
Oh, sure. My name is Ida. I'm representing Where Is My Transport? We are a integrated mobility platform where we integrate formal and informal transport. Informal transport in emerging markets, representing 80% of all transport, makes this a hugely important task. And we look to help improve cities in emerging markets make better investment decisions and decisions in planning.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name's Heather, and we would like you to come to our table to hear about our project called Ella se mueve segura, which is She Moves Safely. And it's a study in 3 Latin American cities, one of which you've heard a little bit about, Quito, Buenos Aires, and Santiago. We use the same methodology at the same time, and we have some very interesting results to show the commonalities and the common challenges that women face, particularly when they're riding public transport from a personal security perspective in these 3 cities. And we also developed a toolkit and a summary. And we have to thank CAF and the FEAR Foundation for helping us do that.
Great, and besides all the data you're going to see in the fact sheet and all the numbers and the stats that we've been hearing about 70% of users feel unsafe in public transport, and many of those obviously are women. You will find out that women do not like to travel alone or at night or with children, and these are very common results that I think we'll see in a lot of the studies here presented. But I think I'm just going to leave you one, result or impact from a year-long study, and it was that the cities were very involved with the local teams, and they got to hear the voices of the civil society and the citizens, and this really catalyzed a lot of actions from the cities that we're seeing now. So a year later of gathering information and presenting this information, it's really turning out into results. And like someone said, it's not all about the numbers, it's about livable cities, and I think the study did that, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Amira Badran. I work at UN Habitat Egypt office. We support the government in planning for really changing this paradigm of planning for cars to planning for people, and through promoting non-motorized transport tools and also a BRT system. So we're planning for the first BRT, bus rapid transit system in Cairo, to connect satellite cities to the central city. It's not going to be the first BRT system only, but it's also going to be the first gender-sensitive BRT. So we've partnered up with UN Women and to kind of incorporate this gender component into the system. We've conducted a lot of surveys, we've come up with a lot of data, something that we don't have in Cairo on gender, specifically in transport, to better understand how women move, what are the challenges they face in public transport in Cairo, and we've come up with really interesting results that will feed into the service planning of the BRT system. So we invite you to come to and check out the poster and learn more about this project. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mwangi from Kenya. I run an initiative called Flone Initiative. The initiative is women-led, and it was formed as a response to cases of stripping in the informal public transport in Kenya. We work mainly to change behavior change of public transport operators, and thus create safe spaces for both women commuters and women operators. We do so by implementing 2 main programs, one of which is called Usalama wa Umma, in Kiswahili, and in English it's Public Safety Certificate Program, that works to empower male operators with skills on gender mainstreaming and prevention of sexual harassment, personal and professional development, and customer service. Through the program, we train or equip men with skills to be protectors of women, because previously they have been perpetrators of sexual harassment against women using public transport. The second program is called Women in Transport, which we hope to attract women to work in the public transport sector in Kenya. And when I say the public transport, I mean the informal public transport system, which mainly include the matatus, which are the mini buses, 14-seater mini buses, the buses, the boda boda, which is the motorcycle ride, and in the taxis. Still under the women in transport, we've realized that so many of our female operators have been going through a lot of stereotyping and a lot of stigmatization working in the male-dominated informal public transport where, and as a result, we are currently in the process of developing a storytelling session where we will develop a theater piece that will be aired to members of the public to be able to understand exactly who a female operator is, their experiences, their challenges, and the opportunities that are in the public transport, and that way be able to create an image, an acceptable and an actual image in the minds of public transport users. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marcela, and I am with Openstreets, Cape Town. Please join me and my colleague Rebecca at our table to hear a little bit about the project, which started 6 years ago. It's about using streets as public space, as we all know, and to learn a little bit about the experiments that we've been doing on the street. And because I know we're competing with amazing projects here, if you're not convinced, come and get some really cool stickers. And we're here to also hear your questions and help us through the future, because we're a very young organization. Thank you.
I also had such a smart idea to bring stickers along. But this is a very unique stickers. There are not too many left. Okay, I'm from Russia, actually, working for German Corporation for GIZ in Liberia. And Kimberly already showed some challenges in Liberia, of work in Liberia for transport and for roads. And me and Kimberly and my colleague Wanda will be presenting our GIZ project, capacity development in the transport sector. And for those lucky ones who are there at the table with us, I can also put on a small, the first draft of the zone of road safety zone for building awareness for road safety in Liberia. And also, of course, discuss sustainable financing for roads, how to construct and how to maintain roads, and also how important employment promotion and vocational training in Liberia. So come along, and we will hug you with big smiles of 3 of us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kristina, and I have no stickers with me. But I have our Buffalo bicycle with us, and what is special about that bike, it's very simple. But it's designed to carry 100 kilograms on the rear carrier. What is good for? We probably already heard that the bicycles are probably done more to emancipate women than anything else in the world. Why that? Because it's mobilizing women. And that's what World Bicycle Relief does. World Bicycle Relief is an international non-for-profit organization that mobilizes people through the power of bicycles. We provide bicycles, many of them go to education sector, mobilizing students, most of them girls, helping them to reach schools faster. Because if you have a bicycle, you can move at least 4 times faster than without a bike. And also carry 5 times more weight, no matter if it's water that you have to fetch prior you go to school, milk, medicines, patients, or whatever. To learn more, come and see me. Thanks.
Hello. Hello, I'm Anna Gering from Verkehr mit Köpfchen from Heidelberg. It's here in Germany. I like to present today my project on the poster cycling during pregnancy and with the baby. Because, as you all know, women are getting pregnancy maybe once in a lifetime or more. And it's also possible going by bicycle when you are pregnant. And you're more than welcome talk to me about cycling during pregnancy and also after the birth with the child, with the baby, when the baby cannot sit by its own. Yeah, thank you.
I thought I'd come here, no stickers up.
Yes, again, guidance to all the cafe owners. Please run your session for 15